Hi, this is Dominic from Paphos Life, and in this film we're driving through Tala down to Coral Bay. So let's have the map up first of all. And we're starting just at the top of Tala, and we're heading down the hill to Security Absolute Services. Then we're going back on ourselves a little bit before going all the way down to the coast road, and then Coral Bay, and then we're driving down Coral Bay Strip into Coralia Beach car park. So let's get the show on the road. We've just driven down the B7 and turned right at the traffic lights where Papantonio's Bakeries is, and we're heading into Tala now. If I stay on this road, I'll be going to Tala Monastery, which is also next to where Kathikas is. If you're visiting Cyprus and you like seeing all the cats around, Kathikas is a good place to go and give them a donation or cat food or whatever, because they do a tremendous amount of work looking after strays and what have you. And they're always looking for any help they can get. And you get there by carrying on up this road until you see a big sign saying Tala Monastery Cats. But we're turning left here. On the right of this turning is the amphitheatre. It's actually an outdoor theatre. I don't think it's a full amphitheatre. But we're going all the way down this. Every time we go down this hill, I think, thank God that Cyprus don't have paper boys, because having to cycle up this every day would be a killer. It goes on for a fair old length of time. And at the bottom of the hill, we're going to be turning right. And also you'll see Security Absolute Services. Now they're a sponsor of our site, but I'm not contractually obliged, so to speak, to actually mention them in the films, but I do when we go past them, because I think they're a very good company as well. And he does a lot of work, Jeff, the guy who runs it, for the community as well. I know the Polemi gardens that they built last year in Polemi, they're one of the main sponsors of that. So I always like to give a shout out to people who I feel are putting things back into the community. Anyway, the hill continues. So while we're going down here, I'd also like to say, if you like our films and want to subscribe to us, please do so on YouTube, and to share the films far and wide, because the more people who see the films, the better it is for us with regards to YouTube and how they promote us. But here we are at the junction. Yeah, Security Absolute Services on the straight opposite, and there's a big sign up, which will be turning right here. That's not a hill to have your brakes fail, by the way. And then we're going to be taking an immediate left just here. And we have to pay attention for a bit, because there's a bit of a wiggle in a minute. But it is a very good way of getting from Tala, or if you're coming from the say Polemi, to Chlorica and Kissonerga, while avoiding Paphos. It cuts out a nice little chunk of the otherwise route. I mean, the route would otherwise take you through the centre, which can be busy at times. So we turn left here. Okay. It's even got a sign up saying Kissonerga. And we basically stay on this road now. Don't assume that this road always has the right of way there. There are junctions up ahead where you have to yield. So don't go bombing down here at breakneck speed, basically. Anyway, I mentioned the YouTube channel. Also, you can find us on Facebook. Paphos Life is our page. We've got nearly 70,000 followers now, so come and join us, so to speak. And there's also Paphos Chat, our Facebook group, and a new one we just started called Cyprus Chat, which obviously covers the whole of Cyprus. And yeah, feel free to join either of those. And you can also, if you want to help us out financially, go to our buymeacoffee.com/Paphos live page and chuck us a few coffees. That's always gratefully appreciated. And if you want to get something back in return, visit our etsy.com/shop/Paphos live page. And you can buy merchandise, everything from calendars, cups, phone covers, all sorts, and pictures. If you've seen our Facebook page, you'll know that we publish a lot of footage and lovely pictures taken with the drone and regular cameras from around Paphos and the whole of Cyprus. And you'll find those images transformed onto pictures, cups, etc. So take a look. Okay, that's the marketing done with. Yay! So I always hate that bit. But it's important. Don't think it's not important. Anyway, banana plantations to the left and right of me. By now you will have seen, hopefully, the walkie-talkie films I did about the missing link between Paphos and Kissonerga, and you'll know how I feel about banana plantations at the moment. But I did notice actually when I was looking through the footage this morning that I also walked past some fig trees, and that could have actually been the cause, thinking about it, because I'm allergic to fig leaves by my own stupidity really. I was pruning a fig tree bare-chested, and I was stripping all the leaves off just so I could have some nice garden twigs, you know, as you do. And every time I felt a bit itchy, I'd just jump into the pool. But eventually, whatever it is in figs kicked off an allergic reaction in me, and I had tiny little blisters all over my body. Quick trip to the chemist, given a pill, problem gone away. But ever since then, even if I smell a fig, my skin twitches. So it could have been that rather than the banana plantation. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself now, so if you haven't seen the previous films, then forget that. Right, normally I'd turn right there to get to Kissonerga, but I'm going this route so that you're more familiar with how, if you're coming from the other direction, you can get to Tala without going to Paphos. And the reason I'm doing that is because there's a more obvious landmark at the junction here. See, the village inn, if you turn there, you get to Tala. And we're turning right and heading through the remains of, I say remains because we've already gone through some parts of Kissonerga already. There's Julia's bar on the left. And if I turned where I said I would normally turn, I'd have been coming out here. As it turned out, I made the better judgment because that car was ahead of me and it's still there. That's how mature I am. Anyway, normally I just drive down here to get to the junction on the coast road, but I'm going to take a turning left beforehand just so that, you know, give you a bit more feel as to how the roads are all linked up. That'll make more sense in a minute. But you'll see one of the tourism signs up soon. And by that I mean an official sign put up to aid tourists. But it's not that obvious here, but that sign there on the left with various little names on it. I assume they're all tourist signs. Anyway, so you're turning down here. This will bring us out to the crossroads where I normally say turn right or turn left to go to Kissonerga Coast Path. Okay? If you've ever wondered what it would happen if you turn in the other direction, now you know. Well, you will do in a minute when we get to the junction anyway. This was filmed fairly late in the day, hence the rather low sun. But I needed to get some drone footage, so I made this film on the way there. And the film I published a couple of days ago, going from Coral Bay to Paphos, I filmed afterwards. So straight on would have taken you to Kissonerga Coast Path. But we are now on the coast road heading up to Coral Bay. Now normally I'd have let that bus out, but when I'm filming I don't really want to have the rear of a bus as an image for too long a trip, because it's not very nice to look at. So I did that for your benefit. So we'll be coming down to Kissonerga Junction in a minute. And the CU Beach Bar will be on the left. Here we are. As I said in previous films, at some point in the future there may be a big marina here. If they do that, I do hope they improve this road, because there's nothing wrong with this road as it is. But if you're going to plonk a blooming great marina there, you'll need a better road here. And I hope they also build next to it a desalination plant or something. But this is a very good spot to come and see the sunset. And you'll also get, when the sea's a bit choppier, there'll be surfers here. You never get like proper decent surf that you like see in Hawaii and places like that. But you do get surfers here. It always surprises me when they come out of the woodwork. I think that the nicest place I've been when I've been surfing has been Lacanau in France. We didn't realise or know anything about it, but it's a big surfing venue. We just went there for a holiday years ago now, and we had a whale of a time there, just bodyboarding and all sorts. I've been bodyboarding in Cyprus once. I'm not going to do it again because the waves aren't that big, but they're very powerful. And I was up Polis way, and my head just got battered into the pebbles, and it gave me a black eye. And I just arrived in Polemi, and then I was wandering around for black eye. I say, I did it bodyboarding. I wasn't in a fight. So anyway, we're coming up the coast road into Coral Bay now. On the left before that, you'll get to the Linear Park, which is a nice little walk. And there's also like picnic area, tennis courts and what have you down there. I'm not sure if they've opened the toilets up yet. I need to check that out, basically, not just the toilets, but the whole place again, because when I did a film there, they hadn't finished it. It's a good place for parking on the left as well, because this Coral Bay Strip and the surrounding car parks, at night they can get very crowded. So what I tend to do is just park away from it a bit and walk in. It's not a long walk. And the walk, you can justify yourself having an ice cream or something. So we're now on Coral Bay Strip, and doesn't it look lovely? Long time with the day to show it off properly, but beggars can't be choosers. Funnily enough, we were actually back here on the 29th, because I know I'm saying that rather than yesterday, because I'm adding the audio now on the 30th, but I don't know when you'll actually see the film. So on the 29th we came to Coralia Beach for a swim, and we were arriving probably around the same time as I did this drive now. And I put a bit of sun cream on my face and my head, but I have to say I still caught the sun a bit. So, and my head's used to it. So if you go out into the sea or just out and about, make sure you've got plenty of protection on you. Because I see a lot of people, not necessarily British, I mean it could be from anywhere in Europe basically, but very white but with very bad sunburn, and they're still out in the sun. I was like, no, it just gets worse. So from day one, before you do anything else, whack lots of sun factor 50 on, or 40. Coral Bay Beach is on the left now. I didn't go in along the beachfront though, because I'm in the wife's car. And we'll be arriving at the turning soon. There'll be a little brown sign on the right pointing left, and that's the turning you want. There it is, so follow that sign, but don't follow it again, unless you want to get to Thalassa Hotel and a rather disappointing archaeological site. See that turning there? Coincidentally, though, that is where I go to fly the drone, because I can then fly it over Coralia Beach and Coral Bay Beach without having to change location. Because it's slap bang in the middle. Right, but we're arriving at Coralia Beach now, and if you get the 615 bus from Paphos and stay on it, this is where you'll end up. So, hope you've enjoyed the film. Please do share it far and wide, etc, etc. Come back for more, and also visit the etsy.com/shop/Paphos live page if you want to get some merchandise about Paphos and to remind you of how wonderful and beautiful an area it is. Okay, thank you very much for watching again, and we'll see you in the next film. Cheers!